Welcome back to The Edge. Shop directly from search results. Next stop, tweet buying. I guarantee it. Yoast is bringing its tech to Shopify. Google execs shine a light on iPhone's exclusive texting platform. You're listening to News from The Edge for the week of January 10th, 2022, here on Edge of the Web Radio.
From the Edge of the Web studios, here's what we're looking at this week.
I didn't realize that it had a really nice rhythm to it. It's almost like you could ride a horse to that, you know?
I'm just glad he didn't do that, hot dog salesman vendor thing at Wrigley Field.
Updates! It's updates!
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I was glad
I completely forgot about that. Man, thank you for bringing me back into that.
Absolutely. That's why I'm here. Yikes.
Yeah, all right.
Let's start over.
Nope, we're going. Screw it, we're going live. This is Edge of the Web Radio. I'm your host, Erin Sparks, owner of Site Strategics, digital marketing agency based out of Indianapolis, Indiana. We're covering SEO and digital marketing news of the week, each and every week, separate from our weekly interview series, getting you more news to you even more quickly. Check out everything over at edgeofthewebradio.com. You can check out all the shows, videos, our transcripts as we roll them through, as well as a couple tidbits of information that we tuck away after the podcast airs over at edgeofthewebradio.com. So welcome to the Ahrefs Digital Marketing News Desk of Edge of the Web. Proud to have Ahrefs as the title sponsor of Edge of the Web. They're a fantastic platform to analyze your SEO ranking factors. We've used them here in our shop for well over a decade. So check them out, ahrefs.com. I'll be talking a little bit more about them further in the show here. All right, so joining me this week to get his take on the news of the week is Morty Oberstein. He's the head of communications over at SEMrush. Morty, what's going on with you?
That's me.
That is you.
We're in the playoffs. We're in.
When
I say we, I mean the Steelers. It was nerve-wracking.
Oh, gotcha. That's
overtime.
That's an American.
Thank you, Indianapolis, for losing.
You're welcome.
That's
The
that
Jags.
devil foosball, isn't it?
Aaron, the Steelers
what it is,
are
right.
an NFL football team.
Got it.
Yep.
They
Right.
They don't steal things.
No.
Got it.
No, steal like the metal. Steal.
Oh, see. Okay. I've seen them before. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're
Yeah.
you're in the playoffs. So the Colts in the playoffs? No.
We're in the playoffs because the Colts lost.
Oh.
You lost. Yeah, we got in partially because we won.
Right.
The Raiders and the Chargers didn't tie, though it really seemed like they were going to tie, which is crazy. And then the Colts, thank you, lost to the worst team,
Who they lose to?
The Jaguars.
the Jags.
Oh no, I even know they're bad.
Oh, you're one of those people who say Jaguars.
Jaguars.
You mean the Jaguars?
Jaguars. Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Isn't that the European?
That's the IUPUI mascot. Jaguars.
I don't know if the Colts could have beat IUP on Sunday.
Thank you, Carson Wentz. You suck, but thank you.
Wow, that sucks. Didn't
he
know
does
about
suck.
that. Maybe that's why.
They're saying he looked pretty tired. Like
Really?
might have some long COVID going on there.
Long COVID.
Yeah, 2 weeks
Well,
out.
Jeez.
you don't know. They try to hide it, I'm sure. How are you, Aaron? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Took a small sabbatical last week as COVID decided to rear its ugly head in our household. But everybody's healthy and fine and sequestered to different rooms in the house and some even in the garage.
Right, now your wife lives in a trailer in the garage.
I can neither confirm nor deny that report.
No, you said before the show your wife is living in a trailer in the garage.
Moving on. Hey, by the way, you had a really good article at the end of end of the year over at SEMrush, establishing tone in writing. You want to check that out? That was Margarita Lotionova. Is that how you pronounce her last name?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it was actually a really good article about paying attention to tone in writing. So I wanted to make sure everybody watched that so I could distract from the conversation earlier. So moving on. Let's
Where's
take
your wife? She lives in a van down by the river.
She only a room in the house that she could get away from all of us. See, she set up shop. She's good. She's got her internet.
So our first article, we have
From George Nguyen over at Search Engine Land. All right, so check this out. Google launches Shops section in mobile search. The Shops section shows 3 to 10 retailers based on their, get this, their organic search ranking. They actually launched this section in mobile search results. A company spokesman actually confirmed to Search Engine Land. The Shops section shows, say that 5 times fast. Woo! 3 retailers that can be expanded to show up to 10 based on their organic search rankings, and is available on mobile devices for select shopping-related queries in the U.S. There's a screenshot of that right there. Google statement, we recently launched Shops, a new module available on mobile devices, and talked about the expandability. So point is, Morty, where are they getting this data from?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's organic. If your page is indexed, it's an organic listing. It's, imagine like a local pack, but with an actual URL.
Yeah.
But for products.
So it's pulling in, direct to those page offerings in the mobile.
Yeah.
So it's lifting it above actual mobile organic ranking with an additional product
I don't know.
shot.
So that's the question, because I'm trying to pull them up now as we're talking again,
Yeah.
because I don't live in the U.S., but I pull them up with my special Morty abilities. By the way, cool hack. If you ever you want to hear a cool hack?
What's that?
You ever want to see what a SERP looks like for real in another location other than your own?
Mm-hmm.
So first off, you could always tack on &GL equals US, &GL equals CA. Now that doesn't always work for things that'll make the SERP look like, if you're living in the US
Mm-hmm.
and you want to see what it looks like in the UK, you can do and GL equals UK.
Right.
And you'll see what the UK SERP looks like. And the features are very different from the US and other locations, except as where Google is smart. If you do that, it won't change the PLAs, or it won't change the product listings.
Yeah.
Right? Because it'll keep that in your currency and it'll keep that in your geolocation. However, if you go to Bright Local has a free feature where you can see what the SERP looks like in different locations.
Sure.
Right? You go visit that SERP and you take the parameters off the end of the URL. So it says &GL equals whatever.
Oh.
And you just copy and paste onto whatever SERP you want at the end of the query, or the end of the URL rather. And now you can actually see what it looks like for that particular location.
Huh. Well, there you go.
Yeah. There you go. So hack for you. But back to our topic of conversation, because that was so relevant. Like that was like speaking to 3 people who understand what the hell I was talking about.
It's okay. We'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. When I saw it, which I see it less than I see it less now than when they announced it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't at the top of the page. You had that featured products.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right, where you click on a product and it brings up all the different stores where you can buy it.
Right.
That appeared above it consistently. The local pack appeared above it.
Mm-hmm.
It was all the way, not all the way down the page, but medium way down the page.
Got it.
When all the ones that I saw, that could not be what you saw. All the ones that I saw were like that. But if they did move it up to the top of the page, it would essentially be a 3-pack or
above the 3-pack. Right. Wedging in between, right? And this screenshot, the screenshot actually shows right below a featured snippet breakout of how to fix a broken necklace or this.
Oh, that's what they see. There was one above. Okay, so in that case, that's basically like no, that looks like it's an organic result. That one below it. I don't think it's a.
Yeah, it does. It's not paid.
Yeah,
right.
But theoretically, move this thing up. If you don't rank in that little shops box,
right, you ain't
chance of getting a click would be very low.
Yeah, this is. I mean, the mobile real estate is so tight, so coveted. All of a sudden, there's a whole other feature group there that's pushing all other relevant organic listings down. And this is the thing, and this is what George actually threw in as a why we care moment here. It looks that since shops are based on organic search ranking, retailers that don't already rank well may not be able to reap any of its benefits. That's what he was saying there. Is that right. Is this kind of like a double dipping on, okay, you're ranking well, we're going to give you additional icon, additional visualization, and a I click here to buy process. What's the URLs on?
Yeah, I
on
mean, it's like a funny thing. Like, let's say they're ranking already. Now they get in this little box. The only difference is the enhancement visually, unless they move this boxing up. Although, like, you
Correct.
have to imagine for queries like, buy jeans, Neen or me,
Mhm.
they might have the online shops that you would hope the local pack, you would think, yes, the local pack's going to rank higher up. So in those cases, yeah, whatever. They have
Sure.
this box there.
Sure.
No one really cares. They're going to the local pack. But where the Google thinks the intent is to buy, and it shows it all the way up on top,
Yep.
unless the user's there for an informational page, which it does happen, as opposed to, I don't know, like buy a laptop. So they show this box of the shops, you have the 3 listings. Unless you're in those 3 listings, you're screwed. Unless you want a page, like you want to see reviews, product reviews of
Mhm.
different laptops, in which case you'll bypass that shops box and go whatever page you want.
But still, the mobile
other than
space
that-
is so competitive, and I mean, it's so coveted, that top screen or that second scroll, right?
I just want to know, are they just taking the top 3 product pages that we're ranking? Let's say you had a product page ranking number 2,
Right.
number 7, and number 9. Right. And the rest of them were like different informational pages. Are they just pulling up those 3 and putting it into a box and then replacing it with a different 3 URLs? In which case, oh, hey, my rank went up, but well, not really, because you have this box thing there.
I am wondering whether or not, and here's a potential problem here is you've got somebody that's ranking well organically, even a small, medium-sized site, and they don't have collective top rankings for their products, but all of a sudden Google comes in and is anointing top shops that actually have an above average ranking across all of the different product lines. You could actually be getting somebody in on that particular query that's not even in the top rankings, but Google's sliding them in there because 50 other pages that they have on different terms are ranking quite well. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then that would mean that Google has a different algorithm for this thing
Yeah.
than it does for organic results. Because if it's just pulling in the organic results, then that URL would be on the page already, logically
Correct.
speaking.
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
haven't seen enough of them to figure it out and study it. Like, it's interesting. I thought it would have been way more widespread than it is, though, and it's not.
Yeah, we would love to have some listeners give us some screenshots of what they see in the ecosystem as this thing comes to fruition, because I'd like to know where you're searching, what the location is, what the term was, and whether or not it was actually in the organic 10 blue links or even on the organic 3 to 4 nowadays on the mobile side. That's interesting. We'd love to hear from you guys out there. All right. So are you sick of your competitors outranking you in the search results? Wish there was an easier way to get more Google traffic. One option is actually hiring an agency, which, hey, you know what? That's not a terrible idea. Considered, but you can also leverage a tool that can tell you what to do. So the solution is Ahrefs Webmasters Tools. It's free. Go to edgeofthewebradio.com/AWT today to receive a full free website audit tool. That's always free. It's a fantastic platform that we've used in the agency here over the years. Check out some cool tools inside of Ahrefs. One of my favorite are the link intersect tools, so you can actually see who's different competitors out there and the inbound links that they have that you don't. It gives you an idea of what you need to go out there and reach out to be able to solicit some new links for your own page. There's some great local citation opportunities as well. So get started with Ahrefs today. Go over to edgeofthewebradio.com/AWT for their free Webmasters tool today. From Search Engine Journal. This was some big news last week, and we wanted to bring that around to you guys and really kind of unpack this with you. Shopify SEO gets easier with the Yoast app. So we know Yoast, right? Yoast has been around for a little bit. Yoast SEO is bringing the capabilities of its WordPress app to Shopify with a paid tool that launches in January this month. This is from Matt Southern over at Search Engine Journal. So if you're not familiar with Yoast, okay, where the heck have you been? Yoast is a powerful tool for WordPress SEO analysis and optimization. And the key features that Yoast has for SEO, readability analysis, automatic structured data, social media previews, be able to see your different social cards, as well as a full SEO analysis. Now, this is Yoast. And now it's coming to Shopify, the biggest e-commerce platform in the planet. I could say, saying that without any level of statistics, but Maybe you can help me out, Morty. How big is Shopify and how big is this news announcement?
Shopify is, well, it's all relative compared to WordPress. Shopify is not very big.
Sure.
But when you look at the web overall, people think, oh, Shopify only has like 3.5% of the market. I think it's like WordPress like 65% of the market share. Shopify is 3.5%. Then it's like Wix at 2.5%, then Squarespace at 2%, something like that. But when you look at the web, that's a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
3.5%. That's like saying, yeah, like I own 3.5% of the world.
But at the same
enormous.
time, if we're looking at just e-commerce websites, and Shopify is predominantly an e-commerce platform, right?
Yeah.
So if we actually look at, and I don't have the stats in front of me, but we can certainly look it up, out of the WordPress 65%, how many of those are actually e-commerce? Then compare that to Shopify. Now you have got a dueling match here, right?
No, they've got a nice little niche for themselves. They really do.
Yep.
They are the predominant known for, hey, you want to have a store, you want to build a store, you want to spin up a website for yourself, you want to sell something, Shopify is where you go. They've really captured that market. I think well, first off, I took this the other way.
What's that?
Like I took this as like, this is an interesting move on the Yoast side. For Shopify, this makes total sense. It's a big, they make a lot of, splash. Like, hey, SEOs, we integrated with Yoast. We're serious. Look what we did here. In terms of the capabilities, it's not like you couldn't, edit your title tag without Yoast before in Shopify. You could edit your title tag in Shopify.
Right.
Whereas with the word like that, the value that Yoast brings to WordPress is different than Shopify, right? Because you can't, if you're using the CMS and you're like, yeah, how do I do this? You need to use, it's way simpler if you use Yoast. Shopify, like editing your title tag is editing your title tag. Okay, now you can do it in Yoast, whatever it is. I haven't checked it out in Shopify yet, so I can't tell you what it looks like. It'll help the beginner users understand certain things like, hey, I didn't optimize this page. There's always a danger with this kind of thing with that kind of user where I didn't get all the smiley faces in Yoast. Oh no, now what?
Yep. I know.
So I think Shopify is going to need to do some education around that, because I will tell you something as a writer, I never get all the smiley faces on Yoast, and I'm happy not to. Yeah, it means my content is actually good.
Oh, damn. All right. There are
I'm not. Whoa. I'm not crapping on Yoast with that. You have to understand that they're trying to create a product where they're trying to create a structure where you can say, okay, this is good. Check.
Right. And they have readability.
You as a user have to be wise. That's not on them. That's on you as a person.
Absolutely. And the whole essence that I found inside of Yoast toolset, you are not allowed to be able to put multiple phrases or subject matter or entities. It is still keyword oriented. So right. I'm certainly looking forward to the evolution of Yoast, where they start combining efforts and be able to understand subject matter and topics, right? That would be huge.
You have to be a smart user, which is why for some Shopify users, Shopify is going to probably do some product education around that.
Right.
But I saw this as, wow, Yoast font. Welcome to the world of the closed CMS. Right? Like, that's how I took this. That people who have been like WordPress, and secretly trashing WordPress behind closed doors, saying, oh crap, it's such a pain in the ass. You see the world sort of, I don't know the right word for it, but like accepting the closed CMS.
Right.
And this is like another move towards that direction of the professional world accepting the fact that closed CMSs exist and they don't suck sometimes. Depending on the CMS.
This random website I found said that Shopify has 23% of the market share
inside of e-commerce
in the US. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's solid.
Second only to WooCommerce.
Huh. So, yeah, I was wondering about how,
which is WordPress.
Exactly.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. The closed CMS argument, right? And that's where Yoast hasn't been for the longest time.
Forever, right? And it's only the last maybe 2-3 years where that needle, maybe even less than 2 or 3 years, that needle's been slowly moving. And Shopify is a big part of that.
You're absolutely right. So, I mean, we're a huge fan of Shopify. Love what Kevin Indig does over there in the space. So this was a major decision to actually bring in Yoast. there's a lot of leveraging of that technology bringing into Shopify. So there have been many conversations behind closed doors to see whether or not this was an accurate step. If you watch how Yoast is evolving, they've done some major things here, even very recently. One of the things, the Yoast 17.9 released actually today. There's an interesting bullet point in that it actually introduces key phrase position tracking that gives insight into how your content ranks in search results.
I wonder who's part of that.
I wonder.
I
Powered by Wincher, it says, but wasn't there a little bit of hubbub and discussions about seeing how they can connect to search results, right?
A little bit.
Our audience may not know. Give us a little bit more information here, Morty.
Yoast and I don't. You can go Google it. Yoast has a partnership with SEMrush.
There we are. See, look at that. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
a whole blog post probably about it. Someone's written a blog post about it.
He's downplaying all that.
I'm trying. Trying to keep your title sponsor, buddy.
All right. So check out if you are on Shopify, check out Yoast as the app, and they do have a free app as well as a premium app. I'm assuming the same thing's going to be working through inside of Shopify, but that's fantastic news, I think. Let's run a poll on this. What say you?
Yeah.
Let's
do a poll on this.
All right. So what are the questions that we want to ask our audience about Shopify here and utilization of Shopify? One, do you think this is a good idea? And let's pull it into the discussion of what Morty was saying about closed CMS and open CMS. How about that?
Want to do that one?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Do you think Yoast going to Shop? Oh, who did it benefit more, Yoast or Shopify?
Ooh, there we go.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, we're gonna pull that one up. So go find Edge of the Web on Twitter. We got the poll running right after the show. We'll run it for a week, and we'll talk about what you contributed and go through the answers, just like we did last episode whenever we talked about the December 2021 record rank volatility. Did it impact you or your sites? For the most part, 45% of you said some volatility, not really that bad. The other points were really even, oh my God, it was nuts, and what volatility? So it looks like everybody's recognizing it, but they weren't really majorly harmed.
That's good.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, with most updates, right? Everyone freaks out, and rightfully so. If your site is impacted, rightfully so, and it's scary as anything, I'm not saying no. But most sites walk through it without being significantly touched.
That's right. All right, so check that poll out and go give us some answers, and we'll talk about it next week on the show. All right, let me pivot around to, hey, guess what? We've got a new sponsor on the show. We want to talk about Nlinks.net. We're very proud to be able to have them on board. I got a bit of a romance. What do you want to call it? Romance with the software, not Dixon Jones, although he's really cool. Did you know that entities play a major role in search engines understanding and how they rank content on the web? We talk about it all the time on this show. Well, optimizing your content solely around keywords is a thing of the past. Now is the time to add entities into the mix and to reach higher rankings by using Nlinks, an award-winning software in entity SEO. Nlinks provides you an expert-level data to be able to build your content around any keyword so that Google will actually have a better understanding of the context of your articles. So go over to nlinks.net/edge to claim your free Nlinks account and start creating content that will outperform your competitors. Happy to have them on board with us beginning this year, and we've supported Nlinks for a long time, just talking about what they've been doing for the last 2 years. Great to be able to see how they're helping the search community. Man, they got some really cool tools in there. I'll talk more about that in later weeks, but thanks for coming on board, Nlinks. All right, third article from The Verge. From Sean Hollister, Google exec says Apple is holding back customers who text. It's like somebody's talking to mom or dad. He punched me. I mean, it's like kids, right? On Saturday, Android boss Hiroshi Lockheimer accused Apple of using peer pressure and bullying as a way to sell products. with Apple trying to make iMessage more compatible with Android, or will it can actually continue to use the lock-in to sell more iPhones? So let's unpack this for a quick moment, because this is a weird article to be on the edge, all right? Because we're usually talking digital marketing and SEO and the like, but this one kind of rose my interest here a bit. So what's the whole deal with iMessage and Android? I'm going to go to Jacob. What are we seeing here? Jacob.
So this is coming from someone who is an Android user,
Yep.
not an iPhone. I know a little bit about iPhone, so I'm not even sure I'm getting this 100% correct. But as I understand, iMessage has the blue and green bubbles that show up when you're texting.
Mhm.
And if you start messaging with an Android user, they will be a different color.
Right.
And so therefore it becomes
Can I tell you,
status
I
thing.
never knew that until right before the show.
Well, you know.
I never knew that. I never knew that there was like a status thing of like having the bubbles.
There is.
Now I'm
Yeah.
looking at my messages. I'm like, you're a
Now-
loser.
Yeah. Morty's reorganizing his contacts into like winners and losers.
Droid. Apple. I don't know. I'll just respond to them a good deal more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Who
absolutely.
invented this? By the way, who invented this? Donald Trump? Like, and they have like, he's a loser. He's got a green bubble.
Wow. All right. So the deal is that there's a bit of bragging rights, or there's a little bit of shame.
It's FOMO.
I'm just glad I'm an
FOMO.
iPhone user. Thank God.
I'm saying. Whew.
Jeez, I don't want to be a loser.
But there are some other unique tools inside of the iMessage. We talked about this before the show, be able to sync between all different devices, and it's a bit of a coveted space. And Droid is actually saying, you know what, you're kind of blocking us from being able to sell more droids because of that. I don't know if that's actually the overarching argument, but I wanted to bring this to our listeners because Google's trying to push a new platform, RCS. Okay. And RCS stands for Rich Communication Services. My goal here was to talk about what's happening on the transaction side of texting. And I'm truly believing that there's a goal to be able to monetize the texting space, to be able to have true transactions starting to happen at the text, not going to the website, buy here. And that's what we started the show with, is you're going to be seeing more and more transaction elements on the SERP, taking you away from going to that coveted visit to a competing website. Google's actually trying to get that transaction right. They're doing it more and more. And isn't this the likely space where we're having more and more conversations around social commerce? And that was one of the things that even Kevin Indig from last year was predicting is going to be a good deal stronger this year, of more transactions in the tweet and the social space. And I truly believe we're going to be seeing that in the text space. So this could very well be the first volley of trying to move Apple out of the way. So there's this rich platform that's going to still support legacy messaging services, but you could possibly deliver many more things on that platform, but you can't if you're an iMessage. And that's the thing, is that Apple's blocking with this technology, Droid, to be able to fully monetize the space. That's where I was going with this.
You hear what Mark Zuckerberg said about this, right?
No, I have not.
He said use WhatsApp instead.
That's a spot on Zuckerberg impression.
It really was.
That's right. Nailed it. Nailed it.
All right, so
But
that's
doesn't
it.
not. But no, seriously, no, I'm not joking. Doesn't WhatsApp have an in-pace feature?
Yep, they do.
Right, they're ahead of the curve on this one.
Yeah.
Not that I would ever use that.
I just get tired of trying to remember which app I need to use to talk to different people.
Right.
And, I've got a couple friends. It's all Instagram Messenger. Some are Facebook Messenger. Some are WhatsApp. Some
Mhm.
are texting, which I use Google Voice,
Mhm.
which can sync, like you were talking about, Aaron. So
Yep.
my text messages sync between my phone, my iPad, my,
That sounds horrible, by the way.
it's everyone has.
I
their
did not
own-
connect my iPhone to my Mac.
We should just use ICQ. Remember the old messaging? Yes.
How about this? Just don't talk to people.
I mean, I didn't say it was very hard for me. It just there's 4 apps. I have 4 friends. It works out pretty well, I guess.
Honestly, I ignore people. People, text message me all the time, and I ignore them. My wife's like, "Yeah, I sent you something in a text message. We usually use WhatsApp." I'm like, I didn't see it because I get so much spam in my text messages. I just ignore all of them.
Yeah.
So everybody, don't text Morty. He'll delete you.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Right, she did send that to me. Holy crap.
Hey, Morty, what's your phone number again?
1-877
I forgot it.
SEO for web.
No, that's his fax number.
Hold on, you want to know my phone number for real?
Oh my gosh. All right. We're moving on here. Last sponsor we want to make sure we appreciate is Site Strategics, a sponsor of Edge of the Web, longtime sponsor. Guess what? The show came from this company. We're pioneers in the agile digital marketing space. Our core specialties are technical SEO, SEM, social media, conversion rate optimization, and fax SEO. That's right. We can actually optimize your fax. Just call us at 877-736-4932. All
How
right.
many sponsors do we have now?
Well, we've got three sponsors for Edge of the Web.
Wow.
How about that? And it could very well be that Site
Wow.
Strategics may be exiting here soon. Who knows?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm saying.
Hey, people don't like this ass hattery, huh?
I'm saying. Well, yeah, there's some complaints though. I mean,
People listen. It's like my people listen to Howard Stern back in the day, not because you liked them, but what was he going to say next?
watch the train wreck. Watch more Morty. Hashtag more Morty. That's what we're talking about.
Hashtag more Morty. Double down.
All right. So this
is
week's
great 'cause now
topic.
Alan Blyweiss is back on Twitter. Perfect.
Yes, he is. And boy, he was
Perfect.
in rare form. So he was running.
Can I say, but by the way, Barry, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I just realized we didn't cover a single article from Barry this week. And I want Barry to know, I put one on the sheet from SE Roundtable and Erin rejected it.
Oh my gosh.
So it's Erin's fault. He doesn't like you.
Oh, see? Shots fired. Shots fired. No.
I will fight
Look,
for you,
we have a
Barry.
shrine to Barry. It's behind Jacob.
Next week has to be 3 Barry articles. That's it.
3 Barry in a row.
This will not stand. This injustice will not stand.
All right. Fine. Simmer down there. All right.
So on SEO chat this week,
There we go.
Rejoice at Joku. Oh, wow. Look at Jacob. He is prepared.
He is on it.
That's right. She's a Search Engine Land Award winner.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening, you're like, what is he talking about? He's showing a picture of Rejoice's Twitter profile, which has she won a Search Engine Land Award. SEO chat is this Thursday, 1
I'm Ron
p.m.
Burgundy.
Eastern Standard Time. I'm Ron Burgundy. And we're talking about, hey, is your SEO career being held back by a jerk-ass boss? Well, come bitch about it on SEO chat this week. As Rejoice talks about your career being held back by a jerk-ass boss.
Man, you
And
should have
manager.
seen the look
Jacob,
I
will you
got
be there?
You should have seen the look I got from Erin when you read that, Morty.
What
He
the
just-
Jacob, you gotta be there. It's like,
Oh.
yeah, my career is being held back by
Nice.
this boss. He has glasses and a beard and only wears black.
Yeah, there we go. See? Have fun amongst yourselves.
No, it's, seriously though, if you're in a bad situation, which we've all been there,
Sure.
and you're looking for tips how to get out, you just want to vent, come to SEO chat on Twitter at 1 p.m. Eastern time. You access SEO chat by just searching for the hashtag and refreshing for the latest
There you go.
on Twitter.
Dude, that's why we started our company, is that I had some jerk-ass bosses that wouldn't allow me to actually build the SEO methodology that I needed to do.
Really?
Yeah.
I may have
What were their names?
I may have had similar experiences that got me to this company. So I will be there participating, talking about a past life.
That's weird.
So when Jacob says, my old boss.
It's code. It's code. I get it. You're supposed to do that off air.
My former, previous, a while back. We won't say
His
when.
name was Baron Darks.
I've changed the name to keep him protected.
Okay, I got to put a pin in this, guys. That's it for Edge this week. Be sure to check out the Michelle Morgan and Joe Martinez episode of Edge of the Web. We had a great time talking about PPC changes that have happened last year and into this year. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search Edge of the Web. You'll be able to find us there. If you're actually in SEO chat, just report back to me if code names are thrown out there. I just want to know.
Darren Barr.
All right, from all of us over at Edge, stay safe, stay well, and do not be a piece of cyber driftwood. We'll talk to you next week.